Hey, everybody. Yes, I noticed my sound was low and I turned it up. Hopefully you caught it. Shout out Mo Podna, H3 Dan Clancy remix finalist, who made this tasty jam. Subnautica is going to be our eel pit, I fear. No. Tell me you're not glitching. No fucking way. I have full bars here. Maybe refresh? I am showing excellent connection here. Do not scare me. I love the name Billiam Whatlicker. Gamer girl at 10K subs. Yeah. Oh yeah. So speaking of that, as you can see from here, we are about 2,400 subs away from 10,000, and at 10,000 we're gonna do memberships, because in my brain, 10,000 subbies means maybe there will be critical mass. And having a membership thingy will be of interest to a lot of people and be worth everyone's while. So that is my plea to you. If you enjoy the show tonight, give us a sub. Give us a sub. Every time Kate takes a drink of her magical elixir, it makes me thirsty. It's just water, guys. It's Poland Spring water, never filtered water, never purified water. Martin literally changed the way we drink water in my house. Like, not a joke. I made Liz watch his episode when he was first on the podcast, and since then we have never bought anything but spring water. Alex, shut the fuck up. Martin would be proud. That's right. I solely drink tap water. Water is not just water. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that is why I mean, if I'm drinking water, it's either spring water or it's, yeah, just from my refrigerator. I'm not paying for purified water. People just don't want to talk about minerals these days. It's so true. How is everybody? It is Tuesday, man, and we got an H3 show today because yesterday was a holiday. You may have missed it. I did a short little stream last night to talk about a couple of things. Tried to play a game, but my computer sucks. So we will not be a gamer girl with a microphone for a while, because then I was looking at PCs that can handle streaming and playing games, and they are not cheap. I'm on a Mac right now. So I was underprepared to be a gamer girl, but if we get to a place where we've got memberships, there will be gaming for sure. So don't worry about that. Oh, let's see. Where do we want to start? It's very worthwhile to build a PC yourself. I would electrocute myself. I kept seeing that when I was looking, like, just having a cursory glance last night at certain like specs and stuff, and they're like, you really should get this and then put it in this, and I'm like, that is not my ministry. That is not who I am. That is not going to happen. No, it's fun. Here's the thing. It probably would be fun. I think I would like it. I kind of like putting things together. I don't do a ton of it. Today, I completely disassembled our vacuum and cleaned it all out and put it back together, and that was pretty cool. But I know that is like nothing compared to a fucking computer. I built mine. I promise it's not hard. It's kind of fun. It's like Legos. I like Legos. Pride Minute. Why do we need a Pride Minute? Just for fun? Just for fun? We'll do a Pride Minute. It's Pride life in my house. We are gay and we are coming in waves. Just for the fuck of it. Shout out Haley's comment. Pride Minute is so gay. It's so gay. Be gay, everybody. Everybody be gay. Oh, God. I forgot that just like cuts off hard. Back in the closet. Hi, everyone. Okay, so got a few things to talk about tonight. Obviously, we're going to go through the show, the little bits I pulled out to sort of talk a little bit more about. And then we also have the breakup of the century. Just kidding. Hasan is putting some distance between himself and his former his favorite attack dog, Bad Empanada. And so we have some background on that, some tweets that are happening. And for some reason, people are really surprised that he is a fucking monster. But we'll get into that. Let's start with some goofs and gaffs at the top here. God, I needed that Pride Minute. Girl, I got you anytime. The first up is, I saw this, y'all probably saw this too. These two girls solved a crime, stopped a crime. There was a child that went missing, and these two absolute girly pops found the kid. Just like on a whim, decided to go looking for this kid. And the girls are just so Olivia coded. As soon as I saw this, I knew that we had to watch these girlies. So here are our crime fighters, Girly 1 and Girly 2. Let's see what they have to say.
We got an Amber Alert on our phone, and then we decided to start looking, and we
just like so chill. We got an Amber Alert on our phone.
Followed like there was like an area where like it could possibly be, and we just started driving around. It was like 10 minutes, and then it kind of like our route ended, and we just decided to keep looking. And she was driving, and I glanced over, and I was like, wait, I just saw a Greyhound Accord, and I saw.
So they put the area into their GPS, they got to the place, and then they're like, let's just drive around and see what we can find. This is amazing.
Like 8XP, which was the license plate.
No lag.
We turned around, we parked over there, I called 911, we ran across the street, and the license.
As incredible and heroic as that act was,
okay,
and
so
praise God.
I don't know why my shit is lagging. I don't know what's going on. Not frozen, it is laggy. Everyone refresh. Okay, everyone refresh. Because everything on my end looks good. Yeah, what the fuck, Subnautica? What the fuck? I always just assume lag is me. I live in a basement. Yeah, but if it's a lot of people, I don't know what's going on, gang. Oh, lordy lord. But yeah, so I just loved that video of the girlies getting shit done. It just seemed very Olivia coded that they were just like, we just like got some arrow on and we're like, let's go solve a crime. Let's go crack a case. The YouTube cache, what does that mean? What do I need to do? Subnautica, shut the fuck up. Is that something I need to fix, Betty, or is that a YouTube thing? Welcome to tech support. I'm feeling like a fucking boomer right now. So yeah, I just thought that was really cute. And it's on our end, but from your end, close any browser. Like close all my browsers and lose all my shit? W Betty. Welcome to the Geek Squad group chat. Yeah, literally. Ah, I see. It's YouTube trying to hold all the data. The more added media, etc., will lag it. Minimal windows open. Okay. I can open minimal windows. I can close this. You know what? I put all of these. I didn't do that one. I did that one. I'm going to leave that one open. How are we doing? Tabs are more of an issue. Okay, I've closed some tabs. I didn't have a ton. Hey, anyone here from out of town? Anyone in the service? Any veterans here tonight? Tabs are a Mormon issue. All right, okay, should be all good. And yeah, Lana, just breaking it down. Yes, thank you. Shout out Betty for the Geek Squad. Kate, you legally got to watch Unknown Number High School Catfish now because Hila said, oh girl, it's on my list for tomorrow. As soon as Hila said it, I remembered that you said it and other people said it. And yeah, we will watch it and we will talk about it for sure. We will talk about it. All right, is everybody good now? Everyone good? All right, so they talked for a hot second on the show about Taylor Swift getting engaged, and I needed to share a little something because obviously I am a Swiftie. I needed to share a little something that the Swifties figured out before it was announced, and that is that the day Taylor was on Travis's podcast is the day that he proposed. I haven't heard anyone, they didn't talk about it on the show today. I figured if Olivia had been there, she would have talked about it, but she wasn't there. So it is apparently confirmed. This is page 6, but who knows? But the girlies figured it out, and I will show you how. Okay, we're not even going to read this whole fucking thing because it doesn't matter. Okay, so here she is. Let's look a little more closely. Enhance. Okay, here she is. She's got like this orange lip. Can't really fully see the necklace here, but look how her hair is and her eye makeup, okay? And look where the headphones are sitting. Okay. And now, orangey lip. And look, there's the spot where the headphones were. This was like, must have been immediately after or soon after the podcast, because there's the headphone mark from her. I know you can see it, right? And they obviously also clocked that she was wearing like the same rings on her fingers. Let's see if I can find it. So she's got they were like, look, these 2 rings are the same. This bracelet is the same. The earrings are the same. I thought they showed another picture of them together. Let me see. You can't see her other earring. Oh, here we go. So she's got like the same bracelet on. When her hands aren't moving, you can tell that she has the same 2 rings on here. So yeah, they got engaged shortly after the New Heights podcast. And apparently, he said, all right, let's see. So a source tells us that while the Kansas City Chiefs tight end and this pop superstar were reminiscing on their early days of their romance, there were other people hard at work in Kelsey's backyard. So this was at Travis's house. The crew was hired to create a magical garden as the 2 were filming so that Kelsey could pop the question to Swift shortly after they wrapped. So they must film at their house? So yeah, this was, it's just gorgeous. I mean, and you can tell that some of this is, some of this was here, but a lot of it, like all these roses and stuff were added, and it was just so beautiful and romantic. Like, I'm so glad he hired someone to really take care of this. No way, it was his backyard. Yeah, it looks like it. His home recording space for the show. Gotcha. Okay. He knew that he wanted to marry her. The date was just a matter of the timing of when the timing was right. It was less about the significance of the time and more about when he could actually do it in between her tour and his season. I will say it's also really good timing. like a month before her album drops. So, I mean, I don't know how coordinated this kind of thing is. I know Love would be very cynical about it and say like it was all coordinated and she knew about it, but beautiful, beautiful proposal, beautiful timing. Oh, and this was the little bit that I saw as well. Page Six's insider says the NFL star chose that day in particular because he wanted the Grammy winner to be glammed up for the occasion and to already be in hair and makeup. And you can't really do that, right? That's hard to do unless you already have something happening, which I love. Also, he's in the new Adam Sandler movie. Yes. It looks like the garden from the Lover photo shoot. Ooh. See, y'all are even deeper into the lore than I am. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, holy crap. I was like, maybe they're not right. But, because sometimes the Swifties that are deeper in than I am go really hard on like all the symbols and stuff. But no, there's this to me and the orange lip were like the biggest giveaway, right? The headphones, like she literally walked outside. She must have walked outside and it was just there. Although she's wearing something different here. So she probably wore this for the show and then was just like changing for them to like go out or something, right? Oh, you sent it to me in Discord. Okay, cool. Let me pull it up. Hopefully my computer doesn't freak out. The headphone hair is so relatable, girly. So relatable. So yeah, that was just a little bit that I figured if Olivia had been there today, she would have brought it up. So I'm here to play backup girly and share the inside scoop because the Swifties clocked it like the day of the engagement, pictures dropping. For sure. Swifties should be detectives, dude. Absolutely. Well, it's just another case of girlies, solving, cracking crimes, cracking cases, just hardcore gumshoes without even trying. I am parasocially so grateful we have this. Life feels so heavy right now. I love having Swiftie news. Aww. Yeah, it sucks. I think we were all hoping that today's Trump announcement was going to be something interesting, but sadly it was not. It was just dumb and boring. Of course, Discord is updating. So once Discord pulls up, we will go back to that. Okay, this was very interesting. Hila talked about a crazy dream she had. And I thought it'd be fun to look up what that dream might mean in a dream journal. So let's pull that up. So here's Hila talking about the dream.
You ever have a dog that hugs you? Ow!
Look how sweet Chief is. He's so sweet. He's such a little snuggle bug.
You ever have a dog that hugs you?
I was telling Ethan I had a dream last night that he adopted a gigantic snake.
Oh.
Really?
Like one that's like the size of a room.
Beefy Chiefy.
And he would eat like little animals, so we got terrified that he would eat our little dogs.
Oh my
and
God.
we had to give him back.
I wonder what this is a metaphor for.
I know.
I mean, it could be as simple as like you have a lot of animals in your house now, right? Like that could be the simplest explanation if you want to be like not fun and cynical about it, because usually your dreams are in the like rational sense, they are just kind of your brain firing off feelings and memories and thoughts that you've had. Like in different combinations, and that's why they're weird but always a little bit familiar, right? But there are people who like study dreams, right? And so there is like a whole dream journal, and this is like the most popular one. I don't know how good it is, but I mean, look at this fucking website. Dream moods, you need to up your game. So let's just type in snakes. Okay. Dream moods is not secure, gang. So we're going to go back and we're going to find another one. Dreamdictionary.org. Ooh, this looks much better. When was the last time your Mac was actually rebooted? Not just put to sleep and woken back up, actually rebooted. Right before the stream, I restarted it. I think this is a phallic symbol of the patriarchy coming to oppress the Klein home. Oh my God. She is overwhelmed by men, right? There are so many dudes in that house. Olive and Ela are the only girlies, right? All right, so it's one giant snake. I think that's specific. Snake in your house dream meaning. All right, we'll look at that one. Green snake. No, she didn't say that. There wasn't lots of snakes. It was like a giant snake. Maybe I can search for giant snake. Komodo dragon, what the fuck? All right, let's just go back and see. Odd that the CPU seems to be chugging. Yeah, girl, I don't know what the problem is. Rattlesnake, Saddam Hussein's snake. What the fuck? Oh, Saddam's recurring snake dream. What the hell? Girl, what is this? I just want... Okay. Did you know that snakes are considered one of the oldest dream symbols that dates as far back to ancient Egyptian times? If you happen to stumble upon a snake in your dream, you should know they are highly symbolic, and the fact that it provides a dreamer with either a warning, or a coded message. When snakes come to you in your dream, they are very tricky to interpret due to its enigmatic nature. However, you will be provided with many clues that will help narrow down the meaning. Okay, well, we know it was a big snake in the house, right? Many people report dreaming about seeing snakes inside their home. Sometimes they are observed from a distance and others times very threatening. A house can be a symbol reflecting your dreamer's state of mind, the psyche, so to speak. So it's like the snake is in her brain. So why would you dream of a snake in your house? If the house represents your mind, what is found inside usually remains hidden or unconscious to the dreamer. What could this be? Well, each floor inside the house represents a different layer to your mind, often what leading to behavior, urges and instincts you possess. Since ancient times, snakes represent fertility. Oh God. Ela's pregnant. Ela's pregnant, guys. A fertility or a creative life force. They can be seen as a symbol of destruction, rebirth, and healing, as well as a symbol of destruction if you are unaware of its power. See snake dreams. Bitch, that's what I'm in. The gay snake voice. Hey guys. This is why when the snake appears inside your house in your dream, it often confuses the dreamer. Result. Okay, can we just get to the fucking meaning? This is like SEO gobbledygook. I gotta find the actual dream journal. This sucks. That is not helpful at all, Dream Dictionary. I feel like I need to go with this unsecured site. Is that weird? Let me see if I can get to it. I'm just really killing it this week. Doesn't everything represent fertility? Chief got Olive pregnant. Ah! Okay. Smile, smoking, snake. Okay, there's a big... Oh, that's what was happening. Get out of here, Discord. Oh, no, we needed Discord. Ah, yes. It does look like... that does look like the actual engagement photo shoot. Good call, Lana. Shout out Swifties. Always finding the connections. Okay, we have the snake. All right, this is a lot. This is a big one. All right, Ela, if you're there, we're about to break this down for you. Major life change. Okay, so what Lana says, major life changes, powerful emotions, or an overwhelming situation potentially representing personal growth and transformation. Ooh. Okay, to see a snake or be bitten by one in your dreams signifies hidden fears and worries that are threatening you. Uh-oh, Ela, what's going on? Your dream may be alerting you to something in your waking life that you are not aware of. or that has not yet surfaced. If you dream that a snake is submerged in water, no, that's not it. If the snake tangles itself, no. Something that you thought was going to be a problem has resolved itself. Oh, alternative snake may be seen as phallic and thus symbolize temptation. Ooh, we're back to the Garden of Eden. If you hit Control Alt Delete, is that true on a Mac too? It's the Garden of Eden. All right. Dangerous and forbidden sexuality. Oh my goodness. See a snake on your bed? No, that's not what we saw. The snake may also refer to a person around you who is callous, ruthless, and can't be trusted. Moses? Is Moses being a jerk behind the scenes and she's thinking a lot about him? As a positive symbol. Okay, let's talk about positives. Snakes represent healing, transformation, knowledge, and wisdom. It is indicative of self-renewal and positive change. Okay. So if it's not a person, I mean, it could be a good positive change as an influence. In particular, we don't know what color the snakes were. Hila, we need more information. Oh my goodness, my sister's calling me. Oy vey. Hang on, guys. I should probably take this. I will be right back. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Everything's fine. My niece and nephew went on the bus for the first time today, and it was not great. So we're back. We're back. Also, if my family calls me at any time, I answer, because that's how I found out my dad was dead. Trauma! That's how trauma works. Okay, so back in, it also symbolizes someone who is not as bad as you had assumed. Okay. All right, well, that's if it's a specific color. So we don't know the color. Hila, please let us know if you're in chat what the color of the snake was. It's not a baby snake. It's not a double-ended snake. Not about it being beheaded. It's not dead. You're not eating a snake. If you were eaten by a snake, no. Dreaming of a snake that is eating people, no. If you dream that you find snakes in every hotel room, no. Okay, so it's really just like, it's either a person that it's on her brain, or there's some big transformation coming, according to this. Relatable and valid, yeah. Their hindsight dreams telling Hila that Anissa is a snake. Could be. Could be. Could be. Kate, you have an activity monitor app on Mac. It's in utilities. But yeah, let's just investigate, because this is really good content. Let's see what's going on. This is terrible. This is terrible. I'm not gonna. Snake was going to eat the little dogs, right? Yeah, that's what she was like nervous about. So to me, I feel like it's just like anxiety, and maybe she's feeling overwhelmed by things. And it's not necessarily like predicting the future, right? Like that's kind of what it feels like to me. As someone who does read tarot cards, that would be my guess. It's Command Spacebar for search, then return for the monitor. I see. Ooh, okay. And this is interesting. Thank you. Okay, snaky stuff. Sorry. No, that's interesting. What? Okay, last computer question. What is like a good balance of things? Like percentages. What would be bad? Because there's a lot of shit running. Snaky Ian is trying to build up hype for his next video. Oh, we're gonna talk about Ian. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. So yeah, so Hila, hopefully everything's okay and you're not too stressed out. Hopefully this is a good thing. Hopefully it's like the positive side of things. But I guess we'll see. Maybe one of the most surprising parts of today's episode is that Dating and Money didn't use auto-tune. Because this was posted on Reddit a little while ago. I don't know why he's always shirtless in his car. Maybe he doesn't have AC. Maybe he doesn't have AC in his car. No! I'm so mad right now. I don't understand what's happening. We're back? I literally opened one effing thing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, gang. I truly don't know what to do. I'm feeling very annoyed by this. Driving shirtless is a problem. It might be the subscriber count. Really? Try killing off the sub counter. Just like get rid of it? Like, do I need to fully delete it from there? Yeah, what the fuck is going on? I don't know why this is all just happening. Guys. Cool. Having a lot of fun. I don't really know what to do here. Okay, everything is okay now? If I play this, tell me if it gets stupid. Less strain on OBS. I mean, I feel like there isn't a ton of fucking strain. Ugh, okay. And I also like, oh, whatever. All right, I'm good for now. Okay, yeah, Casey Tron's going hard. Okay, so yeah, I saw this and I was actually really impressed. Maybe not that he has like the best voice or the best tone, but he sounds exactly like the recording. So I don't think he had to use autotune, which is, I mean, it's not a hard song to sing, but I was honestly impressed. Guys, you can always just tell us about the 90s. Okay, so this is really fun that none of my shit is working. Open and close OBS. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging in here. I don't really know what's going on. Okay, we're going to see what happens when I do this. What's happening is YouTube is trying to keep a record of everything. Hello, are we back? I really don't feel like I'm doing anything like I'm doing like the same thing I always do. Like I have not done anything new and crazy. This is just crazy. Dang clankers. Camera driver, Jesus Christ. There's just so many things. This feels like a hate crime. I don't know what to do. I can see that it's pausing now. And ads every 5 minutes is not my fault. I put it on low. Okay. I don't know what to do. I'm really annoyed. Steam is not running. There's nothing running. Everything is closed. Turn off updates. What? I don't know where to do that. I'm sorry. This is like... Y'all have never seen me annoyed before. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. No, you don't need to shout. Okay. So, Betty, yeah, you're doing amazing. You are doing amazing. I think it's a YouTube issue. Cool. Okay, so I do not feel patient. All right, I'm going to take a minute to compose myself. And when I come back, we are all going to agree that if things are lagging, you don't need to tell me because I probably already know. And I'm trying to just keep the show going. Okay, my friends? I will be right back. I just restarted OBS. I'm not entirely sure what else to do. I will be back.
You've got mail.
Minola gave $5. Purple heart emoji. Purple heart emoji.
Hi, everyone. I must be near my period because usually this stuff does not rattle me. It's gotta be. It's gotta be near that. Hi. Okay, so we are going to try again. Philo's Revenge. We're gonna talk about some stuff. I think I'm just gonna skip. I want to talk about the iDubbbz stuff, but I don't know. Should we talk about iDubbbz or should we talk about Hasan and Bad Empanada? What do you guys want? Let me do a poll. And hopefully that poll will not kill everything. All right, so let's see what y'all want to talk about. You can pay someone to do your laundry as a chronic illness girly on the verge of crash out. That's the hope I needed to hear. Oh yeah, I mean, I have friends that live in the city and they just like send it out. We need an I'm on my menstrual cycle bitch banner. Literally, I should not be like on the verge of tears over a stupid computer thing. Hormones are so dumb. They're so dumb. We'll definitely do both. I just want to know which one you guys want to talk about next. You can even pay them to fold that. Yeah, being a woman is exhausting. Yeah, like I was literally like, I didn't go anywhere, guys. I was just sitting here trying to like suck the stupid tears back into my face. Like this is a dumb thing to be upset about. I think because my weekend was like so good and like the stuff, like the technical stuff since I came back, I don't know. It just put me on, like, it's like coming down off of ecstasy, right? Where you're just like really, really high and then that's what it feels like. That's a crazy loud keyboard. I love my keyboard. Okay, I cried 6 times today. Yeah. It's like when you lose your keys inside of your house. Yeah, it's like, I know they're here. I know they're here. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, just silliness. A full hour of keyboard ASMR. Well, I want to do like a writing stream. That's something that I would love to do if I actually had the time to do it. And so I was talking about it earlier today when I did the little mini stream for Trump's nothing announcement, that I want to take a week off probably in November and just stream multiple times a day doing different things the way I would if this was my full-time job and see how it feels, see if I like it, see if y'all like it. And a couple times in that week, it would be just me writing and like checking in every so many minutes or so many new members or whatever it is. Do you know anything about the Audra Winters scandal? I do not. Let me add it to my. Let's see. We have a show. We have the member show tomorrow. Then we have Friday. I'll just put it down for Friday. I'll look into it. I also have another cool, fun thing that I want to show you guys tonight. So we will just keep going. Okay, looks like we want to start with Hasan and Bad Empanada, so let me just scroll to that. All right, so Texas Roadhouse scandal. Oh my God, there's so many scandals right now. So there is trouble in paradise. This week, Hasan Piker has distanced himself from Bad Empanada, who is, I mean, to me, mostly has been known as a sort of attack dog for Hasan. The two have fallen out for a couple. It seems like there have been a couple things that have been growing. So I put together a little timeline of how that happened and what's been going on since then. So this appears to have started when Hasan interviewed or platformed two people that Bad Empanada and people further left than Hasan, yes, it is possible, disagreed with. So first there was Matt Duss, who I believe was an Israeli guy. Let me see. I just want to fact check that. Oh, he served as a foreign policy advisor to U.S. Oh, he served as a foreign policy advisor to Bernie Sanders. Okay, so this is the first guy that they had a problem with. Oh, sorry. Not dating and money. This is the first guy that they had a problem with. It's Matt Duss. And this is just like a bio from, let's move this over here. There we go. Matthew Duss. So he was a foreign policy advisor to Senator Bernie Sanders. He served as foreign policy director for the Sanders presidential campaign. He served as president of the Foundation for Middle East Peace. He was a policy analyst and national security editor for Center for American Progress. I don't fully understand why they hate this guy, but they think everybody is the worst person ever, right? So they were pissed that Hasan interviewed this guy. The next guy that Hasan hasn't even interviewed yet, but he was watching on stream, is Graham Plattner. And Graham Plattner is running for, I think it's in Maine. He's running for Susan Collins' seat in Maine. Again, checking my things. Yes. And he's being backed by Bernie Sanders. Come on now. Don't fuck with me tonight. Oh, there it is. Okay. Bernie Sanders is backing Maine's Oysterman Senate candidate to send a message. The progressive senator says he's backing Graham Plattner to show ordinary Americans they can take on the political establishment and win. I just wish more of those ordinary Americans were women. I feel like it's always like only a white guy can talk to other white guys, but I am not going to make perfect the enemy of good, right? I'm happy to see Bernie Sanders backing younger candidates. I wish he was also doing it for his own seat in Vermont, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So yeah. Graham Plattner is running for Senate, and there was a Fight the Oligarchy visit in Maine this weekend, and so Hasan was watching it on stream, and I'm gonna kill somebody. Okay, and of course, Bad Empanada had just a really normal take, right? So he says, if Ela Klein is a terrorist, then Graham Plattner is terrorist prime. Okay, so we are seeing a little bit of nuance from him, right? Usually it's just everybody's terrible. But now we have terrorist and we have terrorist prime, which is fun. 5 combat tours. Okay, so he's a military. He was a Marine. That's why they hate him. And he said he did it as an adventure. The only way you can support people like this is if you don't think their victims are human. First of all, Bad Empanada is Australian. But he talks only about American politics, which I think is really interesting. And he talks about them with so much confidence. I don't understand. Like he speaks about our politics and our institutions as if he knows them better than anyone else. It's just really, really interesting. Graham Plattner's Jewish? Is he really? Is that true? Or is that a joke because Bad Empanada hates him? Yeah, it's like he has a stake. It's just very strange how hard he goes on American politics. I'm not seeing anything about him being Jewish. Oh, Harley reference. Okay. All right. I was like, that would be interesting. All right. So that's how it starts. And then other people that I would say followed Bad Empanada off the extremist cliff, thanks to Hasan, are also saying stuff about it. Like we have the lovely Squirrel weighing in, hating Bernie Sanders, one of the most progressive candidates, or one of the most progressive senators like in the history of the U.S. Senate. Let's definitely make him an enemy. Bernie Sanders is lying to launder the genocide, and Hasan is helping him, right? So Bad Empanada's pissed that Hasan was watching Graham Plattner on his stream, and now other people are also getting mad about it. Okay, so Hasan is helping Bernie Sanders launder the genocide. So when you speak out against the genocide, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, if you didn't do it soon enough or loud enough or say the exact right words, if you do it now, you're just laundering the genocide. That literally doesn't even fucking mean anything. I think Bernie is, someone's saying he refuses to call it a genocide. I think he is an old fucking man. And I think that he's hung up on the fact that genocide is like the word has a very specific meaning. There are like the actual definition of it. And I'm not saying that this is how I feel. I did in the beginning, right? Where I was like, okay, well, there are certain boxes that need to be checked for it to actually be considered definitionally a genocide, right? And I think Bernie is stuck there. I don't think that he thinks nothing bad is happening. I don't think he thinks it's not horrible and war crimes and a massacre, all of which he said. But I think he is stuck on, like, is this a genocide as defined by the Geneva Convention, right? Like, that's where he's stuck. I agree. I'm just saying he's doing the right thing, but he's an old man Zionist deep down. I don't know. I mean, what has he said about Zionism? Are you just saying that because he's Jewish? He's also Jewish and might have some hesitance using that exact wording. Well, and that's the other thing. But like, I don't know. I think he's hung up on it, whether or not it fits the Geneva Convention's official definition of a genocide. And he wants to use words carefully, but who knows? Do you think PE is scared of rejection, so he sabotages all of his alliances? Ooh, we're getting into the psychology. All right, so they're just saying that, like, you know, Bernie Sanders sucks and it's all Hasan's fault and he sucks. Why are you lying to your own followers about Bernie Sanders' actual position? So here is Sanders speaking at the event where Graham Plattner was sort of debuted. Instead of using your huge platform to expose him for the liar he is. All these people who have never spent a single day in politics always want to tell people with huge platforms how to use their platforms, right? Not that I agree with how Hasan uses his platforms normally, but I don't think it's a bad thing that he is sharing a progressive candidate running against one of the worst people in the Senate by my measure, because, well, it's to replace her. I think she's already retiring. But Susan Collins, if you were a voter back when back during Trump's first term. If you were into politics back then, if you were trying to fight against Trump back then, you remember Susan Collins, because Susan Collins was one of two women in the Senate, Collins and then Senator Murkowski in Alaska, who took up so much fucking time and so much space and room because they kept acting like they might vote against Trump and they might actually help things. Because at that point, the majorities were so slim that the two of them could have really made a difference and stopped or slowed down a lot of the stuff Trump was doing. So they would be like, I don't know. Maybe I'll vote for it. Maybe I won't. And so everyone called them constantly, wrote them, faxed them, begged them to vote against the things that the Republicans were trying to do. And what did they do every single time? Voted with Trump every single fucking time for 4 years. So fuck Susan Collins. And I hope Graham Plattner wins. Potentially. I have to look further into his stuff, but if Bernie's backing him, I feel good. I feel good about it right now, right? Okay, so they're pissed about Hasan not bringing Bernie on and like drawing and quartering him as usual. Like, this is not the way things work, but they keep trying to push it to make it the way things work. There's a reason why people have larger platforms, is because usually, until recently, you try to appeal to a broad base, right? But these are the kind of people that get under Hasan's skin and make him feel like he has to do weird extremist shit. So I won't be surprised if Hasan does something wild very soon, because he's starting to get heat from Bad Empanada and this squirrel person and other people that he most likely put into the radicalization pipeline. He is deliberately lying to launder his precious Israeli death and rape cult. These people are nuts. And you are aiding and abetting his lie. Not everyone can be the worst person in the world. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. So this is a reminder why leftists, sadly, if they continue this way, will never win an election or actually gain the kind of power they need to make any kind of real changes that they think are necessary, right? Because they make perfect the enemy of good at every single turn. Now, Hasan Piker isn't good enough. And he is maybe one of the more, like, he is definitely one of the most extreme online talking heads, right? When it comes to being on the left. These purity tests that they constantly run on politicians and also their faves, anybody in any kind of power, but also people randomly on the internet, all of that just eliminates anyone who runs for office, anyone who gets elected, anyone with a platform. It's, to me, it feels like it's some kind of a mental illness. Because you are not helping anyone. You have helped exactly no one by doing all of this. And this is why I don't give a fuck what these people say constitutes a leftist or a liberal. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if all of these people think that I am a genocide-loving liberal, because I do not respect the way that they move, right? ContraPoint said it best. Yes, they don't want power. They want to endlessly critique power. Exactly. They just want to be the smartest person in the room. And to them, that means being able to critique everything, right? Being able to constantly criticize and be the first person to have a problem with something, right? So here is Hasan's response to the Bad Empanada criticism that's been coming at him. And I hope this works for y'all. Okay, so here he is. It's really jamming on that finger.
Entryism is not the way. He does entryism.
Wow, the sound on this is terrible. Am I right? I wonder if there's a better version of this. Yeah, the sound was weird, right? That wasn't me. Okay, cool. Okay, it wasn't just me. Let's see. I bet I can find it from Yeet. Shout out Yeet, who always has everything. They feel like they're lacking in something, so they want to find some way to feel superior. Yes. That's interesting. Okay, people are saying, okay, now I'm down a different hole. Give me a second. Fabric doesn't normally fall like that across an arm. So now we are looking more closely at like this arm on Trump's jacket and how weird that looks. Did he have like a fake arm in there? Did he move this arm at all? Interesting. Let's see. Let's see if he moves his arm. Oh, that does look fucking weird. All right, let's see.
Completely different, but about a big viral social media trend.
What the fuck? There's like nothing in that arm.
The weekend that you were dead. You see that?
No.
People didn't see you for a couple days. 1.3 million user engagements as of Saturday morning about your demise.
Really?
I didn't see that.
Look how limp it is. I've seen enough Project Runway to know that's sus as fuck. Just big shoulder pads. That's what somebody else was saying, but just look at the difference here. There's like no puckering here. That is a weird thing. And also like it's so deflated. Look, this is the end of it. Compared to like how wide this is across. Look how thin this is.
Sort of crazy, but last week I did numerous news conferences, all successful. They went very well, like this is going very well.
Oh, this is going so well.
I didn't do any for 2 days, and they said, there must be something wrong with him. Biden wouldn't do them for months. You wouldn't see him. And nobody ever said there was ever anything wrong with him, and we know he wasn't in the greatest of shape. No, I heard that. I get reports. Now, you knew I did an interview that lasted for about an hour and a half with...
Weird. It might just be the angle or something, but that is like weird puckering, right? And then there's like this weird hump here that you don't see here. It's just straight across. Who fucking knows? We'll never know. Let's be real. All right, back to why we're actually here, which is to find the clip. Okay, Hasan expresses, nope, we're going to look at that one later. Oh, here it is. Is this one going to work now?
Bad Empanada.
Beautiful. Okay, we got it, y'all. We got it. All right. I can't get over how he's just chewing that finger. Okay, so it's just the mixing on his end is bad.
Instead of just sitting around in...
Okay.
Right. Why is Graham Plattner running for Senate instead of just sitting around in my Twitch chat talking about how everyone is actually bad and wrong?
I wonder where they got that idea from. I wonder where they got the idea to hold everyone to an impossible standard. Where could they have possibly gotten that idea from, Hasan? Where could they learn that? I learned it from watching you, Dad. I learned it from watching you.
I think we're banning all mentions of Bad Empanada going forward, by the way. We're banning mods. We should ban all mentions of Bad Empanada, and we should purge the community of all the fucking Bad Empanada enjoyers. No, it's done. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't care. Go watch him then, okay? He has sound critique and sound analysis.
Ooh.
Go watch him, please.
Listen, you're all of a sudden saying that sarcastically, but you are the one that said you respected Bad Empanada's video essays. You thought he was really good on history. Blah 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 blah. You can't hear at all. What is going on? Listen, gang. All right, let me try this. Y'all literally just heard him, right? And then it stopped working. That's really cool. You guys know we're just having a great time, okay? We're just having a great time on the edge of menopause. We're having a great time. It was quiet. I have it all the way up here, guys. I genuinely... Oh, let me turn it up here. Okay. Let's try this again.
We're banning mods. We should ban all mentions of Bad Empanada, and we should purge the community of all the fucking Bad Empanada enjoyers. No.
Does that work? Does it? I'll play it again. I'm in perimenopause for sure. I am definitely in perimenopause. All right, so let's go back.
That is a dead end. You're right. Why is Grant Plattner running for Senate instead of just sitting around in my Twitch chat talking about how everyone is actually bad and wrong? I think we're banning all mentions of Bad Empanada going forward, by the way. We're banning mods. We should ban all mentions of Bad Empanada, and we should purge the community of all the fucking Bad Empanada enjoyers. No, it's done. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't care.
Damn.
Go watch him then, okay? He has sound critique and sound analysis. Go watch him, please. Why? Because his fucking loyalists are so unimaginably annoying. And it's really fucking annoying. Not even because it's like, oh, he's saying something truthful and that's actually undermining, my liberal perspective or anything. It's annoying because it reminds me of how much of a fucking failure I am and how much of a fucking failure he is, because it shows me that people only listen to whatever figure that they have parasocially invested themselves into rather than, going on their own journey of learning and developing their own opinions.
Interesting he doesn't say this when everyone agrees with him, right? Interesting he only says this. Oh, shitballs. Interesting he only says this when people are starting to float to Bad Empanada. As if that isn't almost certainly his fault. Because how did these people find Bad Empanada? Was it the multiple times that Hasan platformed him and showcased his stuff and said, "Hey, I might not agree with everything he says or does, but he really knows his stuff." Right? All of a sudden, we're both failures. Hasan calls himself a failure.
And childish to come in. It's just another version of what the fuck I get mad about with respect to people who love molesting. Obviously with Bad Empanada,
now it's not sex pestiny. Now it's molestiny, but it's Destiny that's obsessed with him. Hasan, when you have to keep creating vocabulary, you're leading a cult, sir. You're leading a cult. Molestiny rolls off the tongue better than sex pestiny, I'll say.
Goals, I think. Okay? But it's so fucking dumb and childish to come in here and be like, wow, he said this. I don't care. He is an irrelevant figure. He's even more irrelevant than I am. Okay?
I'm just so irrelevant, guys. I'm just quirky and weird.
And I'm an irrelevant figure in the grand scheme of things as well. You guys have propped us up, myself and Bad Empanada and whoever the fuck you watch and listen to, as though we are these these beacons, these political revolutionaries or whatever.
It's your fault, everyone. Chat, it's your fault. You have created me in your own image. It's the fans' fault now. And also, he knows that in order to criticize Bad Empanada, he has to throw himself on the fire too, or he won't be taken seriously. So that's why he's saying that. He doesn't believe that. He doesn't believe he's irrelevant. He doesn't believe that he is in the same galaxy as Bad Empanada. He thinks that he is very relevant, very influential. But in order for him to maintain some sort of cred, potentially with these Bad Empanada fans, he has to paint himself in the same light as Bad Empanada in order to insult and discredit Bad Empanada. But he also knows his fans aren't going to listen to what he's saying about himself. They'll just be like, no, man, you're so cool and hot. You're definitely a revolutionary.
Okay, it's not the case. It's not the case at all. Accelerated fascist administration. He's also openly communicating that what Israel is doing with our support is a genocide.
Yeah, it's weird. There are a lot of people who have called what's happening in Gaza a genocide, but you have still painted them as Israel lovers, Zionists, people with even the smallest amount of positive feelings about Israel, who shouldn't even be allowed to be the town dog catcher, right? It's very, very, very interesting.
So he absolutely passes that. He absolutely passes that bare minimum standard. These are my metrics. You might have different ones, and that's okay. But the thing I won't allow you to do is come in here and just fucking chirp because you watched a fucking YouTuber, and you're just trying.
I love when he just discredits YouTubers and streamers, right? Like, he doesn't think his work is extremely important. But when it suits him, when it's convenient and useful, then YouTubers and streamers are just morons, right? And we are all morons for listening to them and following them, right? Even people who follow Hasan. Yeah, having it being called a genocide as your one metric is not the best metric, as we're seeing, right?
What I allow you to do is come in here and just fucking in here, because it makes me feel like you don't have any fucking stake in this at all. And for you, praxis or political action and political engagement is simply yelling in a fucking Twitch chat. And that's...
Sir, you have created this monster. You have created the monster of praxis being yelling in a Twitch chat. You are almost constantly yelling at your Twitch chat, and they are constantly yelling at you. This is insane. The lack of self-awareness is pretty stunning.
Is simply yelling in a fucking Twitch chat, or political action and political engagement is simply yelling in a fucking Twitch chat, and that's morally repugnant.
Now it's morally repugnant. I like when you're doing it when it is about Ethan Klein. I like when you're yelling in Ethan Klein's chat, right? I like when you're backing me up when I am yelling about people I hate. But when you come in here and do to me what I do to other people, what I have taught you to do, when you take that and you focus it at me, that's morally repugnant. That's morally repugnant.
Okay.
We are just, wow. Okay. Where the did I go? Oh, there it is. We're just really...
Or political action and political engagement is...
Just splitting hairs here. We're splitting hairs here, right? This behavior is outrageous when it's directed at me, but when it's directed at other people that I don't like, it's valid. Yes, you had it coming, right? And we're going to see more of that as Bad Empanada goes mask off. We're going to see how people decide where they draw the line on things.
Go build the fucking Vanguard on your own on the countryside. That's it.
He's so hurt. He's so hurt by these people.
It's so fucking sad.
I like the gray in his beard. I'm sure he's going to cover that, but I like the gray. And I am not a Hasan fan, as we know.
Like, you're no different than DGGers, just so you know.
Ah, the ultimate insult. The ultimate thought terminating cliche, right? If nothing else will work, comparing you to a Destiny fan will shut down your criticism of me. This is like when abusers will say, "Oh, you're just like your mother," right? To insult someone.
Just because you're doing it at the behest of what you assume is like creating a Marxist-Leninist vanguard or something, or exhibiting revolutionary class politics in your mind, doesn't change the dynamic at all. You are literally doing the exact same thing. You are simply wearing politics as a sleeve to advance drama. It's fucking...
That is literally what you do every fucking day. Wearing politics as a sleeve to advance drama. Can we talk about your Palestine scarf that you wore during the debate with Ethan that you immediately took off? If we want to talk about wearing politics as a sleeve. You think you're doing something important. You think you're setting up a Marxist-Leninist vanguard, but all you're doing is advancing drama. That is literally what you do. It's what you teach others to do. It's what you were taught to do by Destiny. So of course they're like Destiny fans because you have trained them the way Destiny has trained his fans. We got to watch that again.
Literally doing the exact same thing, so you know. Just because you're...
Okay, here we go. This is unreal.
Like, you're no different than DGGers, just so you know. Just because you're...
And by the way, this was probably like one person that said something, and he's still going ape shit about it.
You're doing it at the behest of what you assume is like creating a Marxist-Leninist vanguard or something, or exhibiting revolutionary class politics in your mind. Doesn't change the dynamic at all. You are literally doing the exact same thing. You are simply wearing politics as a sleeve to advance drama. It's fucking idiotic.
The condescension here, when he has done the exact same thing, is... The irony is really hard to digest here. Unbelievable. Oh, you think you're doing something, but you're just yelling in Twitch chat? This is something that you have encouraged and cultivated over years, Hasan. And you are totally fine with it when it's not focused at you and when it's focused at the people that you have been wronged by, right? You were very comfortable to sit back and let Ethan and Hila be considered public enemy number one, like the worst people on the internet to your audience. And you were totally cool with them doing their praxis in Ethan and Hila's comments on YouTube, on Instagram, posting horrible shit all over Twitter. You were platforming people like Bad Empanada, Noah Sampson, Denims, Frogan, all of the people that were shitting on them. You were rewarding the behavior that you are now complaining about. Handsomely rewarding the behavior. But now you're mad because what is happening is exactly what I knew would happen. You have crafted an audience to behave in a way that suits you because they attack people you don't like. But now they are taking those tools and those skills that you have taught them, and they are turning on you because you shot them into this radicalization pipeline And they passed you. They fucking lapped you, bro. And now they're more radical than you are. You can't control people, and you can't control where they're going to go when you give them more information. You can't control who they're going to latch onto. But you acted recklessly by platforming someone like Bad Empanada, and now Bad Empanada is informing these people. This is your bed. This is your bed, and you've made it, and now you have to lie in it.
It's childish. It's parasocial. It fucking disgusts me.
It's always parasocial when it doesn't serve you. It wasn't parasocial. It wasn't childish. It wasn't ignorant when Ethan was begging you to do literally anything to moderate your chat. When they were being so anti-Semitic to him. Right? That was praxis. I don't know, I can't control my audience. And now it's ban all mentions of Bad Empanada and purge his followers from this community. I wonder what the difference was.
That's it. Yeah. You're just doing drama, but Marxist style, I guess.
That's literally you. You are a Marxist drama cow, bro. You have your hands in every bit of drama that you are being so judgy about. You are one of the main limbs of like every recent political drama on YouTube and Twitch. He loves blood in the water, not his blood. Exactly. Like, how can he say that his hands are clean from drama and that he is doing something that's like elevated and better than what's being done by other streamers right now or people in his chat? How is their criticism of him parasocial? That's the other thing that Hasan does, right? If you criticize him, that means that you are criticizing the movement. You're criticizing the freedom fighters and what people are doing to help Gaza, right? You can't ever just be criticizing Hasan, right? If you criticize Hasan, that means you hate Palestine and you are targeting pro-Palestinian voices. He can't ever be wrong because he calls what's happening in Gaza a genocide, which I also do. And probably everyone in this chat does, and Ethan does, and Hila does. Right? He thinks he says here, right, sort of self-deprecatingly, that he's not important, that he's a failure. But at the same time, he turns around and says, if you criticize me, you're just being parasocial, you're being childish, and you're hampering the movement because I am above reproach. The video audio is super quiet. Are you behind? Because I have turned it up as high as it can go. All right, let's see. There's just a couple more seconds. Let's see how much more disappointed he is in his fans. Oh, that's it. Yeah, we've talked about it before, the concept of DARVO, right? Deflect, attack, and then reverse victim and offender. It's like an abusive, like a domestic violence dynamic, and he does that pretty regularly. So yeah, just very interesting. And okay, so we have more here. After that, Bad Empanada responded to Hasan. Hasan will do anything to avoid dealing with the substance of my criticisms of him. In this clip, rather than addressing the fact that the guy he's watching approvingly is a U.S. military mass murderer, well, watching approvingly is strong, right? He fucking chair reacted and then started yelling at Twitch chat. He just complains that I talked about that fact without rebutting it. So that happens. And since then, for some reason since then, Hasan has, Bad Empanada, sorry, keep confusing them to the two of them. I wonder why. Bad Empanada has launched into some extra wild tweets targeting marginalized groups. These aren't new necessarily. This pattern isn't new, but this is like a new crop of them. So we're going to look at what he said recently and what he has said like in the past couple months about this. Everyone, don't give Kate tech tips. She's on the verge. Yeah. I'll fucking do it. Oh, deny, not deflect. Deny, attack, reverse, victim and offender. Thank you. He made that vague threat to Ryan Beard because Ryan was going to make a video criticizing him and Ethan. Yeah. Okay. So here's where it started. And this is kind of where things spiraled out in a way that I don't think Bad Empanada expected. I know Hasan's fans didn't expect it. So someone said, Palestine is a Nazi theological terrorist state. You are literally far right. Well, that's a dumb take. I disagree with that take. That's a stupid take. But what I don't understand is why Bad Empanada, made this about the person's supposed transness. At this point, I'm open to the idea that for a lot of otherwise unremarkable, horrible white people, being trans is mostly a way to claim a marginalized identity to hide behind. That's a very far right take. Little horseshoe theory happening here, right? So that started it, right? He also, here's a little bit more to this. No, it's not. What inspired you to post this weird bigoted statement? Yes, it is. Okay, then this is another bit about the trans issue. I'm sorry for not dedicating my life to advocating for a 1% minority in the first world and instead caring more about the billions of people whose suffering they and their countrymen benefit from to a perverse degree. So now that 1% minority of trans people, and it's way less than 1%, I believe, is somehow responsible for the billions of people suffering in the world? Yeah, the way he talks about white people and the first world like he isn't a white guy from Australia sure is interesting, isn't it? Okay, then fat people start catching strays, so you know I'm pissed. Obesity is a disease, not an identity category. We don't even know where this came from. I don't even know where this came from. I don't know why he decided to crack off on fat people. What did we do? What the fuck did we do? It's like that 50 Cent meme where he's like, fuck 50, what'd I do? Eradicate fatness. Okay? And then this one hasn't been talked about much. This is what I mean when I say it's interesting how arrogantly Bad Empanada talks about American culture, history, ethnicities, all of that, right? Fact. Indian is not at all an offensive term to use for Native Americans in the USA. Somebody who is not American, not Native American, not an expert in Native American history and studies and language at all, right? It's mostly white people with absolutely no idea. All right, so now he's saying that Native Americans are... He's either saying Native Americans are white or he's saying white people are getting offended on behalf of Native Americans. It's mostly white people with absolutely no idea what they're talking about who get offended at this term and think it's a slur when they've done literally zero investigation on the topic. This to me is another like far right take where it's like, oh, no one's really offended. They're just pretending they're offended on behalf of the people. It's just white people that are pretending to be offended. Unreal. Okay, so this is recent. This is the recent stuff, but this isn't the first time he's done this, right? Like he has been on a couple of these tears very recently. So in August, he said, no one should be fat. Ozempic must be free and delivered to the door of all citizens. Eliminate fatness. So that's like eradicate fatness. So he's been on this thing. He really does not like fat people. Hates them. Sadly, pretty common take, right? It's not like fatness is contagious. It's not like it's going to kill you, sir, or anybody else. And often it is bias against fat people that ends up killing them in the medical industry. But that's a whole other topic for a whole other day. All right, so there's that. This was back in July. Pita and hummus is barely a fucking meal. Men have the basic living skills of children. I swear to fuck. I don't know what that means. Tweet written by obesity. So he's been like on this anti-fat train for a while. And then, of course, he had transphobic shit to say about what happened with ContraPoints. Okay, so in ContraPoints' subreddit, which is not a snark, someone posted this person who said, you can simply choose not to participate in the public shaming of a trans woman in a world that so often gives us zero grace no matter what we do or say. And they said, if Natalie was a cis white man, would she have received outrage for saying half of Twitter is anti-Semitic? No, obviously no. And so he said, this was back in July again, the top upvoted post defending ContraPoints on her subreddit is, she's trans. So again, he's like dipping into the idea of like, oh, they're just hiding behind identity politics, which is something Taylor Lorenz was saying to black women who had a problem with her reporting, right? These people are rotted. And anyone who thinks they should be representing the left, crazy shit. So for some reason, here he is denying the Armenian genocide for somebody who is, so anti-genocide. This was back in April. When the Turkish officials got there, the Armenians had already killed millions of their own people. They tried their best to stop the massacre, but they just wouldn't stop killing. Is this satire? Now these Turkish heroes are somehow blamed for the Armenian auto-genocide. Make it make sense. Taylor, stop hiding behind identity politics, but if you criticize me, you hate women. Yeah, they're just so transparent. A historian, yeah, fucking right. It does feel like it's rage bait, right? Like the Armenians just wouldn't stop killing. Like that can't be serious, right? So somehow Hasan fans are just finding out that Bad Empanada says this stuff all the time. So we have some top favorites that I've seen a lot around Twitter having a reaction to his most recent spate of transphobic, fatphobic, kind of racist tweets. Starting with our favorite, Froggy Tonic. Hey, so BE is having a normal one these days, huh? And then someone else saying, I don't know, man. I think throwing white in front of that insane statement makes it less insane. Or I don't think throwing white in front of that statement makes it less insane. So he's surprised. And this is about the trans bit. Hana Katana. Obesity is a disease, not an identity category. And they said, did this person get hacked or were they always like this? How? I genuinely do not understand how people think this is out of character to the point that he was hacked. I really, really, really don't understand. Like, this is what I mean when I say, Hasan, this is your fault. Because people in your community think that Bad Empanada thought until today that Bad Empanada was a reasonable person with good takes. Until today or yesterday, September 2025. Right? Like, the power of confirmation bias is crazy. That these people were all cool with everything Bad Empanada was doing because it wasn't directed at anyone they cared about, right? And it sort of satisfied their bloodthirst to some degree, their internet bloodthirst. Okay, then we got Barbie. This guy would. Got mail. Oh, thank you.
Gave $2. I love each and every one of you. Bong rip, sleep.
Thank you, Habanero Sriracha. Enjoy your bong rip and your sleep. Okay, then Barbie. Barbie says, this guy will build up goodwill for like 6 months and then go sicko mode and piss everyone off. To which I said, oh, thank you, Andrew Perry. To which I said, goodwill where? Where has he built up goodwill? It's amazing to me that the eyes are just opening on this guy. Like, I'm not I'm not a mental health expert, but there's something going on here. Get well or whatever. Yeah, you're right. But he was also unwell a year ago, 2 years ago, right? When he was harassing and doxing people on the H3 show. Starcade from the remix contest in chat? Hey, welcome. What's up, Andrew Perry? Like, I don't watch the guy, but I will see his dunks on Ethan and Destiny and be like, thumbs up. But then this shit, like, I'm good on him in general for sure. Like, that's the exact problem, is like, you're cool. You're cool when people behave badly in the direction of people you don't like. Not even behave badly. Behave like...
You've got mail.
Wildly inappropriately.
Junior gave $2. I'm white. What did I do, B?
Oh God. Like, that's the craziest thing, right? Is that they are totally okay with someone like Bad Empanada when that loose cannon energy benefits them and when it's sicked on people that they don't like. But the whole thing about a loose cannon is you can't control it, right? And someone that is willing to do those things to anyone will do them to people that you also care about. Because they would do it to anyone. Like, are we understanding this? Okay, another one. As a white trans femme person who has emphasized the need to address the Nazi problem within the white trans community. That's interesting. There's a Nazi problem in the white trans community. I didn't know that. Anyone who even vague posts that the solution is to imply, well, they're not actually trans, is a transphobe and must be ostracized by anyone remotely principled. And Bad Empanada says, I really don't give a shit what someone whose username is identity category, and who literally starts their post with, as a list of identity categories, says about anything. You are brain broken by internet leftist identity politics. It's always identity politics, right? When it's something that you don't want to confront. And Mike from PA. Okay, I tolerated the vulgar third worldism because it was a good bit from a white Australia man, but this is nuts. This is where Mike from PA draws the line. It was totally fine to harass and frighten Jewish people, right? It was totally fine to target and dox people that you disagreed with, but you draw the line at a single tweet saying that maybe people aren't really trans, which is a terrible tweet, right? But it's just so interesting that this is the line. It's so interesting that this is the line. Okay, and lastly, like the craziest cope of this whole thing is this person. I don't know who they are, but they had the most bananas take today, which is that Ethan and Hila are to blame for Bad Empanada going off the rails this week. Somehow they are to blame. It's a shame that, first of all, anyone who does this is psychotic. Like, this is mental illness. Doing this to, like, evade being, like, anyone searching these names will find you. Like, that is, anytime I see this, I'm like, you need to get off the internet. It's a shame that Ethan and Hila leverage their ill-gotten gains. Jews! Sneaky Jews! From the multinational corporation Teddy Fresh Inc. to hire fascist thugs in Argentina to gang stalk him and give him Havana syndrome. If anyone is talking about gang stalking, they usually have schizophrenia. From what I've been seeing on the internet, gang stalking is like the new like schizophrenia delusion that is happening a lot. Let's look up what Havana syndrome is, because this guy mentioned it multiple times and I have never heard about it. Havana syndrome is a disputed medical condition. Okay, of course. It's pseudoscience. Starting in 2016, U.S. and Canadian government officials and their families reported symptoms in about a dozen overseas locations. Reported symptoms included a sudden onset associated with a perceived localized loud sound of chronic symptoms that lasted for months, such as disabling cognitive problems, balance, dizziness, insomnia, and headaches. Havana syndrome is not officially recognized as a disease by the medical community. Does Camila Cabello have it? I've heard that song about Havana. Okay. I don't understand why it's called Havana syndrome. Official investigations have provided various theories on the cause of AHI, but there is no consensus. Theories include directed energy weapons, psychological and social causes, and toxic chemicals. However, no cause has been established. How on earth would this be Ethan and Hila's fault? This fucking pseudoscience garbage. Most of the affected individuals reported an acute onset of neurological symptoms associated with a perceived localized loud sound, such as screeching, chirping, clicking, or piercing noises. 2/3 reported visual disturbances such as blurred vision and sensitivity to light. More than half reported intense pressure or vibration in the head. How would any of this make him say transphobic shit on the internet? It was a joke? Oh, thank God. Because this makes no fucking sense. Are we sure it was a joke? He said it multiple times. Are we sure this person was joking? I hope they were, because I was like, no fucking way. That just sounds like a hangover. How do we know it's a joke? Do you have proof that it's a joke? Is this person a funny guy? It better be a joke. I mean, but yeah. So if it's a joke, that's good. So yeah, all of this like shock at what Bad Empanada has said over the last 24 to 48 hours is just proof that, like I've said, these people love this kind of behavior.
You got mail.
Oop.
Kabu gave $4.99. Cops were at my neighbor's app BC. He was walking through the streets talking about this. Also pro-Trump and a true American patriot ready to be deputized.
Shit, that's crazy. Talking about Havana syndrome, or is it Havana syndrome? Or gang stalking, or both? Huh, look at it. Looking at it doesn't tell me anything. Looking at it, this could be a extremely mentally ill person that's a fan of Bad Empanada. This does not seem out of the ordinary to me, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Ooh, fun. Hey, Alex. Yeah, we'll raid you when we're finished. Let me see if I can set that up right now. I thought I had figured out how to do it. Let me see. I'm so freaked out, dude. I literally just took you off my TV just in case he walks by. Oh, shit. That's fucking crazy. Oh, my God. Yeah, he hears us talking about Havana syndrome, and he's like, oh, they know. They know what's happening. That's so funny. I mean, you know, not funny, but you know what I mean. Where can I do it? All right, we'll deal with that later. Okay, so yeah, it's just, to me, it's proof that they're fine with this bad behavior when it's directed towards people that they hate, right? It's no bad tactics, only bad targets. And this is like a classic case of this. And all I could think all day as these people were starting to kind of wake up to the Bad Empanada syndrome, right? Of thinking he was cool and like a crusader for justice, and now realizing like, oh, he's transphobic and fatphobic and thinks he knows more about like Native American culture than Native Americans. All I kept thinking was like, do you guys maybe now think he lied about Ethan and Hila's kids eating shit off the floor? Do you think maybe the CPS stuff was fucked up? Do you think maybe the skulls thing was shitty? Do you think maybe he was lying about all of this? Or was that stuff still cool? What about him pretending to shoot Hila in a video game? Is that still cool? Or are we just like, is he fucked up all around? Because everything he did to Ethan and Hila and continues to do has been way worse than the tweets he's put out recently, right? Because those have just been tweets. I'm not saying that they aren't terrible and gross and offensive, right? But they're just tweets. But there have been real life consequences for the things that Bad Empanada has done to Ethan and Hila and also members of the crew. So was that all fucked up too? Was he being dishonest? Was he lying? Are you sorry that you believed him? Or is that all still cool just because you hate Ethan and Hila? And like he was a useful psychopath in that direction. Because to me, if you're coming to this awakening that, wow, maybe he's not that great of a guy, you kind of have to go back and look at the other things that you allowed or hand waved or made excuses for or co-signed or celebrated, right? And a lot of that shit was happening in the direction of Ethan and Hila and the crew. So which is it? This whole like sudden outrage and awakening about Bad Empanada's motives, his MO, all of that reminds me of the story of the scorpion and the frog. Do y'all know this story? It's a little fable with an important lesson. So here it is summed up. A frog was hopping along the shore of a river looking for a place to cross. He came upon a scorpion sitting on the shore. "Hello, friend frog," said the scorpion. "It appears you are looking to cross the river. I too want to cross. Would you mind carrying me?" In this situation, let's imagine Hasan is the frog and Bad Empanada is the scorpion, right? "It appears you're looking to shit on Ethan. Would you mind if I tag along?" The frog was taken aback. "Why, if I let you on my back to cross the river, you'd sting me and I would die. I don't think I'll do that." The scorpion immediately replied, "There is no logic to your concern. If I sting you and you die, I will surely die as well, since I can't swim. If I fuck with you, I'm going to lose a lot of credibility and I'm going to lose a lot of followers. And I will be, exposed for the psychopath that I am. I wouldn't need a ride if I could swim." The frog thought a moment and then said, "Your logic makes sense. Why would you kill me if it would result in your death? Come along and climb on my back and we'll cross the river." The scorpion climbed on the frog's back and off they went to cross the river. About halfway across the river, the scorpion raised its tail and stung the frog. The frog was both astounded and disconsolate. "Why did you sting me? Now I will die and you will surely drown and die also." The scorpion replied, "I can't help it. It's who I am. It's in my nature." It's just such a classic case of this. You cannot control an attack dog. You might be able to, and I mean, this is a story that is in a version of this story is in so many things, right? Like you create something, it's like Frankenstein. You create something for a purpose, but then it has a mind of its own and it goes off and does other things, right? In this case, you rewarded Bad Empanada's bad behavior when it was directed towards someone you didn't like. But he was never a good guy, and you knew that. You took that risk, and now you're getting stung. And that's just how it is. And now I guess Hasan is pissed that people are taking Bad Empanada seriously. Which again, you cannot control all of the outcomes of something that you set in motion. There are so many variables and human beings are weird. And this is something that you did to yourself. Hasan Piker.
There is this attitude that a lot of people have that is very frustrating. I know more about this back end than he does, okay? So shut the fuck up. The attitude that a lot of people have in this community about Bad Empanada being like a prophetic...
God damn it.
Empanada being like a prophetic figure when it comes...
Girl, we were doing so well. What's going on?
Prophetic figure when it comes to like political discourse is actually starting to fucking annoy me, and I'm sure it annoys him as well when people behave in this like incredibly parasocial way.
Oh, I don't think it's annoying him at all. I think he's having a great time, Hasan. He's so mad that people are taking Bad Empanada seriously. But the only reason that Bad Empanada has been legitimized is because Hasan has given him his blessing. Like, you girl boss too close to the sun on this one, Hasan. You platformed BE multiple times. You complimented him multiple times. You cheered him on, tacitly or otherwise, when he was going after Ethan and Hila. This is what you get. This is what you get for platforming him. This is what you get for radicalizing your audience, for sending them down the radicalization pipeline. It was bound to happen that a lot of them would pass you and lap you on that journey. Because you can't control the things you set in motion all the time. Sadly, we already know this isn't going to cause any kind of helpful introspection on Hasan's part, right? Or any of these other people. I mean, I'm sure they're all just going to be like, yeah, I mean, it was cool when you did it to Ethan, but this is fucked up. This is where I draw the line, right? None of them are going to say, well, hey, if I have a problem with this, if he's showing what a monster he is, maybe what he did to those people was also monstrous, and maybe I should feel bad about enjoying that. Maybe I was wrong about that. Maybe he really was lying about them. But we know none of that's going to happen, right? If you've ever been in any kind of abusive relationship, you know to stop expecting any kind of like legitimate, heartfelt apology, right? Like it's just not going to happen, and you have to make the peace with it yourself. BE is now known as Meanie Panini. Oh my God, that's so funny. So yeah, that's Hasan, and I just can't feel bad for him because he really brought this all on himself, and this clearly needed to happen. And I'm annoyed that it took something like this for people to see Bad Empanada's true colors. And it is very clearly the fault of Hasan and people like Noah Sampson and Matt Lieb, right? And Taylor Lorenz, all of these people who have retweeted or interviewed or watched his videos on stream. They have all legitimized him and hidden the true nature of him from people. By doing so, they've given cover to him because his extremism makes them look more reasonable. It's like with PETA. PETA is insane. The people in PETA are fucking insane. But PETA existing makes vegans look reasonable, right? Vegans can say, not that they're like diabolical, right? But like vegans can say, yeah, I'm a vegan, but I'm not like PETA. And people are like, oh, cool. And they understand it, right? It like creates this, this spectrum. Yeah, PETA has so many problems. It is Bad Empanada to me feels like the PETA of the left, specifically of extreme leftism, right? Bad Empanada's existence kind of also legitimizes Hasan because he can say, yeah, I'm a radical leftist, but I'm not crazy like this guy. If Bad Empanada didn't exist, Hasan would be the crazy guy because he might be the furthest left. Catching strays as a vegan. Vegan vegetarianism. Like what I'm saying is people, I think we all think on a spectrum. And so if you can point to someone that's more extreme than you to say, I'm not like that, it makes people feel more comfortable with you. PETA also had a smear campaign against them by the meat industries. Oh, okay. We've got PETA fans in chat. Oh, the fucking vegan teacher. PETA has done some insane shit. Y'all can say whatever you want. PETA has said some insane shit. So yeah, that's my like sort of analogy of like the existence of an extremist makes slightly less extreme people look almost like moderate, which helps to radicalize more people. Okay, the last thing I wanted to do was talk about iDubbbz. So let me bring up that segment. Ugh, I don't know if I really have time to do this. We'll zip through. Okay, so we know that iDubbbz went after Dad. Well, didn't go after him. iDubbbz refused to box Dad in this new like Misfits fight. And did so in like just a really shitty way, just sort of texting him back and telling him to kick rocks. Like, I don't know what is wrong with iDubbbz, but That is just fucking rude. So the crew talked about iDubbbz today just for a little bit at like the very end of the show, which I thought was interesting. I thought when they started talking about it, I couldn't believe the show was already almost over. So there's the dad part. There wasn't a ton to say about that, but let's just jump in here with watching iDubbbz play his little video games.
iDubbbz doesn't like Radiohead because they're Zionists, he said.
Oh my God, this whole fucking thing.
Tom York, is that his name? We kind of touched on this on the show. He made like a vaguely, no, he made a post on Reddit, on Instagram that was very much like,
hang on a second.
Support all.
$5. Actual question. Can vegans not tongue punch the fart box?
What the fuck is that question? Are you asking if vegans can eat ass? Ethically? I'm not a vegan, so I cannot ask. I cannot reply. I'm gonna let the vegans handle this while we listen to iDubbbz be stupid.
People, I support like free the hostages. My heart goes out to the.
All right, let's just get to.
He said his,
okay,
until
here we
he
go.
expressed sympathy with Israelis.
Anissa liked Radiohead. Told him to start liking it. And
Yeah,
did.
it's even
'Cause
more
he said he
beautiful
did-
than that.
He said he didn't like. Oh, we just play it. Yeah.
Yeah, just play it.
He's become
Just play
so
it.
dumb. You know that kid, the king of
Depends if the human is free range.
Rohan with Worm Tongue. How like before he gets saved.
Okay, we don't need the Lord of the fucking.
Are you a Radiohead guy in? I'm not. I've never been a Radiohead guy. And he's just like, oh, Radiohead's so great. I listened to a couple songs. I'm like, oh yeah, Radiohead is great.
Just so easily influenced, highly suggestible.
And then,
bro, you never heard Radiohead?
Clay, not on a PC. I'm on a Mac. We're having issues. We're going to look into them.
Like you are such a doofus.
Bye, Starcade. Yeah, and if he wanted to not listen to, he didn't want to listen to Radiohead anymore, so we had to say they're Zionists. That's the only way out of it. That's the excuse for everything. Also, this made me wonder, like, is Ian like Hasan? Does he enjoy music at all? Not that not liking Radiohead means anything. I'm not a Radiohead fan. I think that they suck, but that's just me. It's not because I think they're Zionists. I just don't like their music. I think it's annoying. But I don't know. This whole thing where he's like, and then I liked him, and then I didn't because she said not to. Like, does he actually like music, or is this another, like, sociopath situation?
You have zero cultural literacy. You are so dumb. How have you not...
I don't know how. I don't know how. I mean, it's always been on the radio everywhere.
Yeah, they're one of the most popular bands like ever.
So that Radiohead is a little bit like Zionist coded.
Literally makes no fucking sense. Literally makes no fucking sense. And like people are saying in the chat, like they said on the show today, can't listen to Radiohead because they didn't say the exact right words on stage. But OnlyFans is fine. While the founder donated, what, 10 million to AIPAC? Fucking bananas. This really just feels like Ian just does what he's told to some degree. I don't want that to be true, right? Because everyone talks about, like, oh, Anissa's Yoko Ono and Anissa's like pulling the strings. And I don't know, like, what does Ian like? He did the whole boxing thing and hated it, right? Didn't want to do it. Did it anyway. Clearly, that was something Anissa was really involved in. Does he want to be streaming right now? Does he want to be making videos? Is there music he wants to listen to but doesn't? Like, what are your interests, Ian? Do you know? Genuinely asking. Ian's tattoos and styles are Anissa's ideas too. Yeah. So I'm not saying that Anissa is controlling. I'm saying that he appears to just be like an empty vase that she can fill. Or like a blank canvas. Like, to me, that is like indicative of a fractured sense of self. I'm not diagnosing anybody, but when I was in high school, was it high school? I had just come out and I went into therapy because I was fighting a lot with my parents. Not because of being gay, but because they hated my girlfriend, who was a fucking monster. And I was, just struggling with a lot of different things. And my therapist was an expert in borderline personality disorder. So for a second, she was like, maybe you have it. I don't. But I learned a lot about borderline personality disorder as we were like talking about it. And one of the hallmarks of it is having this like fractured sense of self where you have to like actively try to figure out who you are. Like some people just know the things they like deep down, right? And I think it's something just even as you're growing up, you have to do as well. And maybe he just skipped this step altogether. But I remember being in therapy and having to like sit there and go through the process of like naming something I knew was true about myself. Yeah, all teens have BPD. Exactly. So yeah, she definitely did not do the right thing by thinking I had BPD. But it was interesting to kind of go through some of the BPD treatment, which was helpful because I was a teenager who was kind of figuring things out, right? So I would tell her a story about something that happened and she would say, okay, well, what does that mean about you? And I'd have to say like, well, I think I'm a good friend. And like, that was a big thing to like put that piece of the puzzle into my personality, right? Because I was still trying to figure that out. That was really, really helpful. I think just from like a self-esteem standpoint, right? And figuring yourself out as you're growing up. And so I wish that Ian had like a good therapist who could do this kind of shit with him, Because does he know? Does he know what he likes? Does he know what he's about? Does he know who he is? It's hard to say. It's very, very hard to say if he knows any of that. I think there's a little bit more here.
Dude,
what?
Stop trying to act like you know anything. So Anissa told them they're Zionist coded, and you need to stop listening to this, sweetie.
So we stopped listening to it regularly.
That is so cringe, bro.
So that means he listens to them sometimes. Like,
we stopped listening to them regularly because Anissa told me it's Zionist coded. Yeah, he's just like malleable as like a full adult. It's crazy.
This is like the new refrain of the dumbest people alive. They just go, "Oh, that's Zionist." Do you listen
to another little piece?
Coldplay?
What was the other little piece?
Zionist. What about it?
Then he starts talking about. Let me see if I can find it.
You go, what is that?
Oh, here we go.
Bro, you have 230 subs.
I love how he says, I don't know.
Calling you a dumbass, loser, idiot, no brain, good for nothing, bad friend,
hang
on. Douchebag, loves watching, is controlled. Fun watching Ethan and Destiny go at it. Hints that his next video will likely be a full response to the slanderous comments via H3. I feel very free to speak my truth. Doesn't help to be super reasonable. Let's hear what he has to say.
What are the slanderous comments that Ethan has made lately? He has barely talked about Ian.
By the way, he continues to stream to 100 people.
Listen.
He sits there and plays WoW.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it happens that you only have 100 people in chat, okay? Sometimes you only have 100 viewers, okay?
Talk slow as fuck. is dumb as fuck.
Oh yeah, he's
inarticulate.
He's definitely gonna cell phone again for sure. All right, let's play
the
it.
Fucking H3 thing, like just go nuts.
I actually don't even know what he means when he says watching the H3 thing.
It's been like a new little surprise every day.
I really don't think his brain is connected to his mouth. Like, what is he even saying? What is he even saying here?
That's what he says because he has no short-term memory. He's like 50 perfect dates or whatever. You lost the capacity.
Makes me happy. I want to.
All right, here we go.
Of course, every day's a little surprise.
And it makes me happy. I want to like react to some of the.
By the way, this was like over a week ago and he hasn't done anything.
I don't believe that it makes him happy. I really don't.
Bubby's like, stream.
Free association, yeah.
The cellular.
All right, here we go.
Why are you on OnlyFans then?
The slanderous comments about me.
Nobody's
Like
slandering
what?
you, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what he means by that.
Loser, idiot, no brain, good for nothing, bad friend, douchebag, loves watching, is controlled by your wife, etc., whatever, etc. It's all none of that's.
Yeah, what's the slander? It's all just opinions.
But I, honestly, when he makes content, I rejoice. It's a good week. I'm waiting. He's so lazy.
A stream in the future. I think I'm gonna release a video and just promote the stream, and then fucking spill my guts on stream.
Okay, so this was over a week ago. He hasn't put out a video yet, but he's teasing that he's going to put out a video that's going to tease him talking shit on Ethan. Sorry, this is, as someone who has ADHD and depression, this is giving ADHD and depression vibes. Like, these are all the things I'm definitely going to do, and then you don't fucking do them. Right? You should definitely not, yeah, you should definitely not go live and talk about things. Ian, that's going to be a bad idea for you.
Once we're in September.
Bro, you have 230 subs. September ain't coming this year. Right? You need to get a
vibes,
fucking
yeah.
job is what you need. 230 subs? That's called unemployed.
The music he's playing is Tame Impala, which is
whoops.
Oh, that
a situation.
Nothing to careful about now. I'm like, I feel very free to speak my truth.
Yeah, he feels free to speak his truth because he has nothing to lose. Right? Like, he doesn't have anything. Everything has been taken from him. By him. Right? He doesn't have a creator clash. He doesn't really have a streamer following. He's not making any videos that are doing well, right? He's free in the sense that he has nothing going for him. He also has nothing to say. Exactly, Ash. Like he needs something to like be proud of. None of this feels like it's his idea. It feels like he's kind of just sleepwalking and doing what he thinks he should be doing, but that's not really working out. Right? It's not working out. So yeah, it's all so sad that it's ended this way, you know, like because they were such good friends and now it's like he's unrecognizable. If you go back and watch the old videos, he has like a spark in his eye, right? And he seems smart. Maybe he was stupid, but he was like stupid smart. You know what I mean? Where he had ideas and he was witty and could, you know, riff off of things with Ethan and other people. And I understand, like, yeah, growing up, but growing up doesn't mean like losing, at least not getting older to like this degree, doesn't mean like losing your cognitive function. It just really feels like there's something wrong. Like the flat affect is It does very much resemble the lobotomized people that we talked about on stream. I mean, and it could just be very, very deep depression, right? It could be that. That'll affect your short-term memory. I know my short-term memory is terrible because of just years of depression, right? But this dude, it doesn't seem like he's getting any kind of help for it. I mean, he just seems miserable. It doesn't seem like he wants to be streaming. It doesn't seem... I just want to know what he wants to do. And for him to do it, you know? Like, he's been such a dickhead, right? It's giving brain something, yeah. Like intense brain fog, like a hormone imbalance, who knows? Who freaking knows? And then at the end of the episode, Ethan talked about his Tourette's. It's worth a watch for sure. But I don't really have time. I need to get out of here because it's almost midnight here. But definitely go and watch the very last chapter of the show. It's specifically about the coughing, tick, and all of that. For me, I'll say I got used to it. You know, you get used to it, and but I do understand that people who are just coming in don't understand what it is, or if you don't watch the show every day, it can. You notice it more, right? But to say shit in the comments, I think is just so stupid. And Ethan is clearly like working so hard on it that hopefully he can figure it out, right? And get to a place where he's less self-conscious about it, because I think that will potentially reduce the tics, right? Like, it's when you're overthinking about it and getting anxious about it that they get worse. And we can see that, right? Yeah, people need to stop giving him a hard time around it. Exactly. So be cool, everyone. I know you guys will be. Let me go over and see if Mr. Alex the Fiction is live, so you guys can keep on keeping on with the H3 Galaxy content this evening. Let's see where I can do this. I know that I can somewhere. Usually I can like send you over there, but I'll just give you his the link to him for now. Share. Yeah, he's watching. It looks like Alex is watching Golden Age H3 Productions videos, which sounds very, very fun. So here is Alex's channel. He is live right now. And I'm signing off for the evening. So go check out Alex the Fiction, another member of the H3 Galaxy. No show tomorrow since it's a members episode. No show Thursday. So I will be back Friday. Unless something crazy happens, right? And then I'll be back earlier than that. Thanks for hanging in as I fixed or tried to fix the technical shit that's happening. Gonna keep working on that. And I already have some fun stuff for us to do on Friday. So I will see you there. Bye, everybody.